What kind of king kneels to wash the feet of traitors? What kind of kingdom begins with betrayal, silence, and a brutal death? Holy Week is not just a memorial. It's a map, a path, and it always begins in the dark. But every year, we walk it again, from upper rooms lit by flickering candles to gardens where blood stains the olive roots, to crosses silhouetted against a trembling sky, and to one tomb, just one, that couldn't hold its king. This is not just his story, it's ours. And we're going to follow it one step at a time. Because the king who died on purpose didn't stay dead, and neither will hope. The upper room was already thick with tension. One of them would betray him, and he knew exactly who. Still, he took the towel, he poured the water, and he knelt. It wasn't a show, it wasn't for honor, it was for love. Uncomfortable, holy, humiliating love. He washed Peter's feet, he washed Judas' feet. The King of Glory on his knees, because this is what hope does. Hope doesn't wait for worthiness, it goes low. It serves. Then the bread, the cup, a new covenant, not carved into stone, but written in blood, a broken body, a promise sealed. They left for Gethsemane in silence. There, among the olive trees, the king began to shake. The weight of what was coming pressed him down. He cried out to the Father, "Let this cup pass from me." But his obedience won, and angels watched as he submitted. Hope looked like blood in the soil. Hope looked like friends asleep while he wept. Hope looked like the kiss of a traitor. When they came with clubs and torches, he stepped forward. He didn't run. Because hope doesn't flinch in the face of suffering. Hope stands its ground. And that night, hope was arrested. The trials were mockeries, the verdict already written. The crowd shouted, not with justice, but with rage. "Crucify him!" They dressed him in purple. They pressed thorns in his skull. They spat, they laughed. The cross was laid on his shoulders, and he carried it. Hope, staggering under the weight of wood and hatred. Golgotha, the place of the skull. There they nailed him down. There the king of creation was lifted up, not on a throne, but on a Roman execution stake. He looked down at those who pierced him and whispered, "Father, forgive them." Darkness fell. The earth groaned, and when he finally spoke again, it wasn't a whimper, it was a declaration. It is finished. And the veil tore, not from the bottom to the top, but from heaven down, because hope had broken through. This wasn't just a death, it was a detonation. Every chain shattered, every debt paid, every lie undone. The king died with a purpose, and hell felt it. They buried him, wrapped him in linen, laid him in stone, a seal set, a guard posted. The world exhaled, hell laughed, heaven waited. Saturday was silent, but the silence was not empty. It was pregnant. Something was shifting. And at dawn on the third day, the earth moved again. Not from wrath, but from resurrection. An angel rolled the stone, not to let Jesus out, but to let the witnesses in. The cloth was folded, the tomb was empty, and hope had a heartbeat again. Mary thought he was a gardener until he said her name. He appeared to the frightened, he restored the fallen, he walked with the doubters. He broke bread with the weary, and he did it not once, but again and again, each time reminding them, this was the plan. He didn't return in a blaze of vengeance, he returned with scars, with breath, with peace. Because resurrection isn't a trick, it's a restoration. Hope is not the absence of scars, it's the presence of the life after them. And this king, this Jesus, he didn't just conquer death, he conquered the fear of it. He showed that love goes further than betrayal, further than the grave, further than we ever imagined. And if he's alive, then everything changes. So if you're in the silence of Saturday, don't quit. If you're staring at a sealed grave, don't walk away. Because Sunday is coming, and we serve a king who died on purpose and rose on schedule. And if death couldn't hold him, then nothing has the final word but him. Not failure, not fear, not shame, not sin. He walked out of that grave, and hope is walking into your story, even now. This Holy Week isn't just something to remember, it's something to follow. A map from despair to resurrection, from ending to new beginning. And that path, the one Jesus walked, it's open to you. So come and see. The tomb is still empty, and the King is still calling your name. Pray for me, and I for you. Keep looking up. If this hit you deeper than expected, there's more. Check the full playlist to follow the story, from Genesis to Revelation, book by book, breath by breath. Subscribe if you haven't, and share it with someone who needs to hear this story. This is a very long road, and we're just getting started.